And Fortnite needs to be hit by a nuke.
Something I can do?
Alright. Hello everyone. Sorry for the late startup tonight. I aimed for 9 o'clock start time for my Gaming with Friends stream, but unfortunately some things slowed me down. But we're on and live, and tonight we're testing how well the connection between Xbox to Twitch and Xbox to laptop to YouTube, how that works. We'll see how well it stays stable with our system.
And if you hear a big pause in his speech, guys, don't worry, that's him kissing his cousin. It's what the Midwest and Southern people do.
Alright, let's see. Yep. Currently in the party right now, we have a couple of good friends of mine. So, viewer discretion, we do like to talk a lot of smack on all sorts of things. So.
I'm pretty. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll recognize my voice. Hi everybody, it's Spike from Spike's Radio House, from Twin Angels Radio. How you doing?
Alright, let's see. Set whip. Oh, actually, I think that's
now on
Cayman Squad. Alright, let's see. K-Man Squad. Alright, let's see about rescuing those guys, shall we? Alright, let's see. I doubt the game saved the tank I brought over with me.
Now punting.
Oh, never mind. There it is. there's my tank.
The Hunter BFG is available.
Oh man, I still look. That reminds me of how Doom, they decided to give that one super weapon that you get to use, the BFG. Like, it's not evident enough that it's a big fucking gun. That actually would be kind of interesting. How do you think hunters would Hunter Shield would handle against a BFG?
They can take a lot of shit, so I wouldn't be surprised if they shake it off.
Except if it's the big one from, what is it?
Prometheus?
I was gonna say from, what was it called? From Doom Eternal, when they went to the Phobos, and, they were using the, what was it, 10,000 or 9,000? I forget which. But it was the one.
The real question is, who do you think would actually win in the fight? Doom Guy or Master Chief?
Doom Guy, because he's supernaturally enhanced.
Well, Master Chief is also alien enhanced, so...
True. Plus he's got a, what did Cortana say he had that all the other Spartans didn't have? Oh yeah, luck.
Not just that, he also has Arbiter blood or elite blood in his mixture.
Nice.
UNSC distress signal nearby.
Oh look, a propaganda machine. No more.
Now, if Master Chief and Doom Guy teamed up, do you think they could beat Kratos?
I could see that. Well, I could literally see that being a,
It'd be a good fight.
Now we
really good.
now
I think Kratos would ragdoll the two of them and be like,
question.
"You think you gods? I am a god."
Question: are we thinking Ragnarok or the older God of War games?
Experienced Norse Kratos, the one that already has been through the Greeks, been through the Romans, did all that. Been there, done that.
Oh yeah, they're gonna lose.
The squad made it.
Sorry. If you since you put it like that, them two will lose.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna lose.
Yeah, especially remember there was that one scene where you see him and Thor go and have their weapons go and stalemate. And then they just walk around like a couple of predators.
What I miss?
I'm like,
Eventually, they actually end up teaming up together, which is awesome.
yeah. Ooh, Razorback. Those things are actually pretty cool. They do look like they're a bit more armored and, yeah.
If there's anybody in the chats, I got a question for you guys. Kratos versus Starkiller from Star Wars Force Unleashed.
Oh, dang.
Ooh.
Oh, here's a good weapon swap. I got my baby! The battle rifle. My favorite gun in both Halo and in Destiny.
What do you think, Red? Kratos versus Starkiller. Who do you think would?
Oh, are we talking original Starkiller or are we talking Starkiller?
Force Unleashed 2 Starkiller versus Ragnarok Kratos.
Oh, dude. Boy. That would be a tricky one. I'll just go ahead and say that. Alright, Carrera Squad looks like they need
let's come at it. Brought to you by Death Battle!
Oh god.
It's Rambo! In this corner, we have Starkiller!
Oh, that would be... I know one death battle I would really love to watch. Unfortunately, I don't think they'll go back into the territory of Alucard anytime soon. I would love to see... I've been wanting this kind of team up for well over a decade. Oh, there's a propaganda right there. Stand by.
Alucard the Vampire?
Alucard from Helsing, aka TFS's fuck-mothering vampire, versus Abel Nightroad from Trinity Blood.
I got one that's even harder to do. Alucard versus Buffy.
That'd be interesting. Reason I say Alucard versus Abel Nightroad is because you got two high-caliber, tough vampires. Well, technically you got Krusnik and you got the Nosferatu.
Alucard versus the Winchesters.
Carry on my wayward son. Oh, shit.
Think about what the Winchester brothers have gone up against and dealt with.
Yes, I know who their final opponent was that they ended up trouncing. Chuck.
Now think about Alucard. Who do you think would come out on top?
That would be kind of interesting. Although I think it'd take them a while to deal with them. Because
at least a season.
Reason
eventually they would kill him.
It would take them a while, especially with how many millions of souls are within him. They'd probably be like, how the heck did you stop this guy? He just keeps regenerating. It's my hashtag life hack. Yeah.
Okay, I got one for you. The actual Bloody Mary from the Legends, the urban legend, versus Sadako from Ring.
I will need more context there, because that... Not from
out of your Sadako is the girl that comes out of your TV.
I know of that one. I know...
You've never heard of the urban legend for Bloody Mary?
Look in a mirror and say that line 3 times and she appears and...
The same thing with the Candyman.
Yeah.
Yeah, except that Bloody Mary has been proven to be real.
One thing that was... Oh, let's see. There's something I was about to say there. Trying to remember what it was specifically. Let's see. I still remember the Family Guy episode when Quagmire actually scared away the chick from the ring. She came out of the floor and was
I got up.
chased and scared off the people, and then Quagmire came out of the hole after her, and she goes running. And then he does the spider walk.
One at a time. One at a time.
Family Guy is not my type of show.
I can
just after like season 1.
Oh, look, dropship. Oh, boom.
I got one that's even harder. Michael Myers from Halloween Kills Michael Myers versus Jason Voorhees.
Oh, jeez.
Mosley, what about you? What do you think? Jason Voorhees versus Michael Myers. Think about what they're both done.
Need a little bit more information on what series are you going from with that?
Jason Voorhees from the Friday the 13th movies versus Michael Myers from, well, Halloween.
That'd be an even fight. I'll say Michael Myers.
Then it's an even fight.
I think that Michael Myers might take the first round, but Jason Voorhees is nearly unkillable, and Michael Myers uses a kitchen knife. Jason Voorhees uses a goddamn machete. Jason Voorhees is taking a like a missile to the face and still got moving. I think that it would be I don't think that it would be a one or the other. I think it would they would either end up killing each other or just eventually walking away because it would just get boring after a while. Or something else will happen and they decide, oh, we need to team up to kill this guy. Now,
there's a grunt inside there. I'm gonna go.
There's a fight I've always wanted to see.
What?
And I would pay money for them to do an animation of it. Not a fan-made production, but an actual battle between the two.
Oh, got him good.
And that is Sephiroth from Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy VII specifically.
Versus Raiden from Gear Metal.
Oh yeah, that would be a good fight. I actually found a video on TikTok. Somebody put the Excalibur from Warframe against Raiden himself. Raiden.
I know, but I would
That was a
love to
good
see. I would like to see that Raiden from Gears of Metal versus Sephiroth and see who comes out.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be one hell of a fight.
Let's actually have a discussion about this one. Nobody's ever actually discussed this on the stream. Sorry, brain's a little moving. I've had a lot of caffeine.
Starbucks, cough. You didn't have coffee.
I'm on my 86 Mountain Dew Kickstart for the day.
Dang. And I'm here quoting Jeff Dunham.
But I would actually like to have us have a serious conversation about this fight, because we all know Raiden from Gears of Metal, we all know Sephiroth, and no stream has ever actually tackled this issue.
Ooh, that would definitely be a fun thing to find out. Which one would come on top?
Now, we can look at the facts.
Or I could probably do it with this fun voice. Let's see, what's the voice I could do that could really make it work good here? With a TFS twist, when it comes to how that fight would go, it'd be like, will you come first? Shall we come together? Yeah.
It would never be that gay.
TFS a la carte. I was doing a joke for that one. Just because it's funny.
But on a serious note, I mean, Sephiroth. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at Sephiroth first, because he's a lot more well known. Sephiroth has survived Heroes of Countless Battle before we even met him officially in Final Fantasy VII.
Or even in the Final Fantasy Genesis.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, Action Corps.
He was Crisis Corps, but
Yeah.
the point is, he was years of battle, and think about what he survived. He has survived a asteroid on top of him. He literally survived an army of Wutai soldiers by himself during the mythical war that we never really got to see him become the hero from. But
Yeah.
Supposedly he fought by himself. He fought and killed an army of
Not gonna be able.
10,000 soldiers.
Not gonna be able to get over that. Well,
He-
not gonna be able to
he
get over
has-
those rocks. So tanks
he
not
has
included in this
He
fight.
has a Genova DNA in him.
Oh, never. There. Oh,
He
there's our path.
literally has the ability to summon Draco Meteor and Zeta Flare and a bunch of other abilities that are really, really hard to block or cast.
Yeah.
He's been to multiple different universes. He's been to the Kingdom Hearts universe.
Okay.
And survived.
Never
He's-
mind. We're not gonna be able to get up into that area of this map with the tank. Dang it.
I mean, Sephiroth has tank damages, and he keeps coming back. There is no way to truly get rid of him.
True. I mean, heck, even in the movie they showed that.
Yeah, and he fought Cloud and Zack at one point. And he fought Angeal and Genesis themselves together and still won.
Yeah. Remember the anime that they did of the whole incident in that one town? I forget the name of it off the top of my head. The one where Cloud and Tifa were from.
Yes.
Yeah. He saw Cloud take that and go and pull that sword out of his chest, and then he's like, "Who the hell are you?"
And then
Tazanugi.
On the other hand, in the other corner, you have Raiden from Gears of Metal. He's fought countless mechanized beasts, almost kaiju-sized mechs, and survived.
Ooh,
But
that.
he has been seriously injured in the past. We have seen him be seriously injured to the point where he does need to take a breather. As far as I know, we've never seen Sephiroth ever take a break from a fight.
Those Marines will live to fight another day. I hope we see them back at the FOBs.
And while Raiden doesn't really back down, I don't think has the swordsman skills to stalemate Sephiroth indefinitely.
Yeah.
Especially since Sephiroth has the one-winged angel deal where he can literally fly.
Yep.
Raiden, I don't think we've ever seen him have any such abilities. Now, he can run up walls and shit, but I've never seen him take to the sky. So that might be a disadvantage there. It really comes down to where are they fighting? And the real reason is, why are they fighting? Unlike the Death Battle people, and if you guys are paying attention to this stream later on, please know that I have the greatest respect for Death Battle.
Yeah.
But you don't really explain the why of it. You just put people in a room and see what happens.
Yeah. Do you ever see
You gotta look at a fight much more closely.
Have you ever seen the one between what is it? In the death battle between the Lich King and Sauron?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was the most interesting death battle, how that would end up going. That was most epic. How, yeah. It just kept going and going, and then ultimately we see Sauron pretty much just pwn the Lich King. I'm sitting here like, well, that does show a definite difference in their power level.
The Covenant from Halo has never really gone up against the foe that they really feared.
Atriox.
Atriox, yeah, but you've never really seen the Covenant back down from a fight in the Halo universe. They might fear the thing, but they'll still run right at it.
Yeah.
But I think if the Borg from Star Trek were to enter the Halo universe.
Oh, dude, that would definitely be crazy. Just imagine how bad it'd be if the Borg got a hold of the Halo. Good grief.
I'm thinking, what about the Covenant, and how long would their glassing technology be able to keep Borg at bay?
Yeah, once they adapted, then it's like, Arbiter, why are they still alive? Because, Noble Hierarch, they've adapted to our glassing cannon, and they're literally absorbing the energy. Are you joking with me?
The real
Those
question is,
pylons.
how many Borg ships do you think it would take to actually conquer the Covenant?
Well, I think one cube. I think one cube. If they've adapted like they did against the Enterprise, they probably would have an edge due to the simple. I think that one cube might be able to do it because after they've adapted, it's like, well, the Covenant won't be able to counter-adapt, and because
but
they don't engineer the technology, they revere it. Oh! He did not like that punch to the
There's one
face.
thing that I think we're forgetting. At the Battle of Wolf 359, yes, the Federation mostly lost that battle, but enough of the same type of firepower, even after being adapted to it, they are still taking heavy damages.
Yeah, that was the Battle of Sector 001 where they really got smacked around.
And the Covenant has very powerful space weapons.
True, but there's always that.
Sorry.
There's always that point where it's. There's always that point where it turns into, well, frack.
Me and you, Red, we keep going like at the same time, and it's like, if we were physically there, it'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, I'll go this way. No, well, okay, I'm sorry, let's go. You go this way. No, that's not working. we're a mirror.
Yeah, not as epic as the one from like Gabriel Iglesias when he's talking about the mirror guy. You know, hey, mirror.
I do think that the Covenant would probably be able to defeat maybe one ship, but I don't think the Borg would give up after one loss.
No, I mean they
All
didn't give up on.
Make them go, oh, you have technology we need. Okay.
They didn't give up on. They didn't give up on Earth after their first defeat.
Hell, they even went back in time and tried to fucking take it over and still lost.
I know. They got their butts kicked. Technically, there's so many theories I've come across, and that's another banished propaganda machine did. But I've come across some theories from lore masters for Star Trek where they believe kinda that the Borg purposely went back in time to allow the flight of the Phoenix to actually happen. One of those things of, okay, we need the Starfleet to reach this point, but they won't if we go and if we prevent the flight, they won't reach this point. If you get what I'm meaning with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, they were also attacking it as well. They almost destroyed the damn ship.
Yeah. I mean, you could almost call that a very well done ruse.
Now, here's the problem here. Say the Covenant destroy the first cube, but then the Borg come back with 10 probes, a few spheres, and a few more cubes, and actually manage to assimilate the Covenant. Do you think that the USMC or the
UNSC? UNSC?
USNC would be able to withstand an assimilated covenant?
Oh.
Would they actually stand a chance at this point?
I would probably say not likely. I'm thinking kind of similar thing, me trying to cross this chasm to try and get to this squad that's needing help. Let me see.
So then the question is, what if they don't stand a chance, then what real chance is there for, like, how long do you think it would take the Borg, aka Borg Covenant, to beat back the USNC all the way back to Earth?
Yeah. That'd definitely be tricky. Yeah, just as definitely said, it'd be a tricky number. Have you ever seen the one YouTube multi-channel cooperative series where they actually took 8 different sci-fi navies and pitted them against each other to see who would come out in what order?
No, actually, I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting, in-depth discussion that they go over the top 10 pros and cons, advantages and disadvantages that each fleet has. The fleets that were involved were the Protoss from StarCraft, the Klingons and Federation from Star Trek, Covenant and UNSC from Halo. Let's see. The Galactic Empire and the Independent Confederacy from Star Wars. Let's see. And then, if I remember right, the Imperium of Man from Warhammer 40k. Yeah, it was an interesting...
I can tell you right now, because I know each of those games and I know each of those universes, right now, the survivors would be whittled down to 4 choices, and here are the choices. The Galactic Empire from the Star Wars universe, due to their sizable navy and firepower. Starfleet from the Star Trek universe because of their maneuverability and shielding, which is far superior than the most. The Warhammer universe would definitely be a contender.
According to their...
And unfortunately, I would say the Covenant over the USNC, because the Covenant it has a superior tech.
Yeah. Going off of the...
Now, if you pit, and here's how I would line these 4 up. I would pit Starfleet versus the Galactic Empire. I would pit Warhammer versus the Covenant. Warhammer will probably win that fight. They'll take heavy losses, but they'll win that fight.
Well, when their ships have tens of thousands of crew on board on average.
I think the Federation would actually win against the Empire. And then it would really come down to, could the Warhammer Navy outlast Starfleet? And I don't just mean Starfleet from, like, TOS era. I'm talking modern-day Picard series era Starfleet. Could Warhammer take on the Federation at its strongest and most advanced point we've ever seen and win?
That would definitely be most interesting to see.
Because Starfleet would have access to the Inquiry class, the Sagan class, basically the new Stargazer, the Sagan class.
Yeah.
The Neo Constitution, which is now the Enterprise G or Titan A from the Picard Season 3.
Yeah.
The Neo Excelsior, or the Excelsior 2. the new Deneb Science Spearhead, and other ships that are going to be added to this game soon. But the point is, with the firepower that they have, with what they've fought, the Federation at this time period has fought and won against the Borg, the Zikefi, the Dominion, the Cardassians, the Klingons, the Romulans, the Tal Shiar, and because it takes place the Picard series takes place after the Star Trek Online Iconian War, they've also fought the Iconians and won.
Yeah.
Starfleet has literally fought some of the hardest core enemies in sci-fi history.
Don't forget the Dominion.
He did list them.
Dominion. And let's not forget the Undine, species 8472.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, them bastards.
Now are we going off which end of Star Trek lore are we looking into? Are we looking into the main Alpha canon, the Star Trek Online canon, or are we also adding in the equation?
Star Trek Online has just recently become part of the Alpha canon.
Yeah. Well, it gets a little tricky with the fate of the USS with the Enterprise F being discontinued. But the
going to be in this game very soon.
The Enterprise F was already in it. It was the Odyssey class in Picard before even the time of 2409. It got retired.
The game is catching up to the show.
Yeah. Also, there's another factor I'm trying to think of.
The Odyssey class.
One at a time.
Yeah. Also, the other beta canon I was thinking on was a little-known PC game from back in the day, otherwise known as Star Trek Armada 2.
I would not continue that because Paramount and it has even stated that is not canon anymore.
I still thought that was a pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, but it's not considered canon, so I wouldn't even add that in there. But you think about the class of ships that Starfleet would have at its disposal. Think about what they've faced and triumphed over. Now look at Warhammer. Warhammer fleet is powerful and strong, but it's never faced an enemy as vast or as maneuverable as the ships from Starfleet. Let's face it,
Tyranid Hive fleet. Because even the Dominion fleets, number-wise, would pale in comparison to a Tyranid Hive fleet.
Yes, but you're getting that Starfleet learns from each encounter, each war, each battle it comes across. They learn from their mistakes. And you'd have to understand that Picard is still technically alive during this time. Riker is still technically alive in this time, but you also have now Captain 7 of 9. Captain 7 of 9?
Yeah, that I thought was...
a Borg in command of a Federation vessel. Now, think about all the knowledge that she already... Think about all the knowledge that 7 possesses.
Yep.
She has the entire Borg knowledge plus all the Federation stuff that she's learned.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Later, I'm over here fucking falling asleep.
Rest well. Man, trying to climb up this mountain is being tricky.
But then look at what Warhammer has dealt with. I think, yes, Warhammer has dealt with far bigger numbers, but they've never fought with somebody whose tactics can outmatch theirs. Starfleet tactics in battle are far superior than most enemies that they would have fought.
Yeah.
For instance, the Hives have the numbers, but the Hives never played by strategy. They just played by numbers. Starfleet would take one look at how large the Warhammer fleet is and go, I think we need a new strategy. Almost automatically. Now, if you really want a battle in your head, Red and Mosley, that will make you last a lifetime to consider this, because there is no quick answer. Star Trek Borg the Borg from Star Trek, including the Picard era Borg, versus the Reapers from Mass Effect.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Which faction's coming out on top in that fight?
Good question. Okay, why is
The Borg are highly adaptable, but the
I
Reapers
say
are...
mutual destruction. I say mutual destruction.
I'm not gonna argue on that one, but I actually have the outcome of the at least the rough outcome of how that match ended up going between those 8 factions in that YouTube series. Let's see. If I remember, 8th place was, if I remember right, the Klingons. Unfortunately. Let's see. The Federation were in the top 5. Let's see. Covenant was pretty dang low. I can't remember if it was the Protoss or the Covenant that were higher up than the other. Let's see. The Confederacy of Worlds... the Confederacy of Independent Systems didn't do so well. The Empire, of course, did better. Second place was the UNSC, mostly for their technological adaptability. And ranking in at number 1 because pretty much any enemy, well, if they'd popped themselves into any universe other than their own, it'd be considered a vacation. Warhammer in the Imperium of Man.
I disagree with that.
Well, it was mostly on the...
I highly disagree. I don't think it would be a vacation for them.
Well, if you think about it...
Maybe not against maybe against Federation, yes, but against the Iconians...
Well, those were not included. Like I said, those 8...
I'm just... Well, you said, like, if they... Well, I get what that video covered, but you just said any universe other than their own. Hang on a moment. Star Trek has one of the nastiest piles of villain factions out there. Lots superior factions. We have the Iconians, we have the Undine, we have the Borg, and also you're forgetting things like the Vodwar.
Oh yeah,
their technology.
The dinosaurs.
Here that's the Voth. I'm talking about the Vodwar.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Let's add the Voth though. The Voth have massive ships and they build massive fleets. The Voth are no pushovers.
Yeah.
And then you also have to account an enemy that dogged. It took the entire galaxy combined to beat them. The Romulans, the Klingons, the Federations, even the Cardassians, all had to team up to beat them. If Warhammer went up against the Dominion at the Dominion's highest point, they'd be in for the fight of their lives.
Oh, I know, some of those enemies that they'd face in those other universes are nothing compared to, like, some of the demons that they end up facing. That's a definite. But yeah, I'm just saying what that one series ended up going and determining.
They're talking about Navy, and I'm like, on the ground, no question, Warhammer would probably crush most things.
Yeah.
But in space, the Dominion alone would be an obstacle. The Borg alone would be an obstacle.
True.
Now, if you're talking about ground forces, there's only one faction in all Star Trek that has the ground forces that I think could match Warhammer Imperium toe-to-toe evenly.
And who would that be?
That's why the Marines
The Iconians.
Oh yeah.
Think about how massive the Iconian War was during the Star Trek Online's
Oh
campaign.
yeah.
Think about
that was nuts.
the
And,
Iconian juggernauts known as
Yeah.
the Herald Hulk or Herald, whatever it was called, and then you have the Harbingers and all of them. The Iconians would give Warhammer a run for the Warhammer Imperium a run for their money.
The Space Marines would have a great time. And if I'll say this is no joke. If they ever ran into the, well, let's see. If they ever ran into like the orcs, I know that would probably turn into another story like that war against the, which war was it? Oh, I remember the war against. What was it again? On tip of my... Oh, I remember. The war between the Tyranids and the... Crap, I'm trying to think. The war between the Tyranids and that one orc empire. Yeah, the one that the Inquisition started that just keeps going and going.
Hey, Red, I got a battle of tacticians for you to think through.
I'm listening.
Let's say, for example, Khan Unan Singh, you know, Khan, joined Starfleet. Made it all the way to rank as captain. Had a massive Starfleet. And I'm putting him a little bit ahead of Kirk's time period. I'm
Dang
putting
it.
him in Picard's era.
That jump failed. Okay.
Now, Captain Khan, I'm making my own little separate universe for this, versus Admiral Thrawn in a tactician of the fleet battle.
Oh.
Think about Khan and things. Think about Khan's strategic mind.
And his savagery.
And his savagery, and we know how good of a tactician he is because we're thinking about the Kelvin Timeline movies. It's still Khan.
Khan!
Just younger, faster, stronger. But my point is, if Khan were to lead Starfleet into a battle against, say, the Galactic Empire and Galactic Empire was Grand Admiral Thrawn, think about the tactics each person would employ. How do you think the battle would play out? I want you to literally give me, in your opinion, a blow by blow. How do you think this would?
Well, I know. Well,
and I'm going to give you the statistics. Starfleet fleet that would be under Captain Khan would be, he'd be on a Sagan class, the new Stargazer. There would be a few. There would be 3 different galaxy classes. There'd be 17 Excelsior classes, a few Defiant classes, and the rest would be a hodgepodge mixture of everything else. Now, instead of giving Khan to Sagan, I'll put him on an Odyssey, just for the sake of size. And billions upon billions of Peregrine Federation or Valkyrie fighters. Now, on the Empire side, I'm going with not TV show Thrawn. Well, TV show looking Thrawn, but I'm going with novel Thrawn. So, we're going to go with the Super Star Destroyer Chimera from the original books. And in the fleet of the Empire, there would also be 13 Imperial 2 class Star Destroyers, 12 Imperial 1s, 3 Victory class Star Destroyers, and the rest would be all acclimators.
Well, I already know
Now,
one factor that's going to determine the fight quite a bit. It's the fact that I know most Star Wars vessels prefer a bit of distance in their fights, but you get a few wings of Defiance flying in close enough. The reflector shields of those Imperial vessels aren't doing nothing.
not to mention that Starfleet ships have a higher maneuverability rate.
That's true enough. Plus, their technology, they're pretty quick at adapting.
And their technology is pretty powerful, but the Empire's technology was all put in the firepower.
Yeah.
Their shields were not, they didn't think they needed good shields. They just thought firepower, firepower, firepower.
Terror, terror, terror.
Here's the situation, because I'm throwing two tacticians leading two different fleets into a battle, but neither of them have prep time. They have no idea of each other's existence. Hugh shows up, then throws Khan and his Federation fleet hurtling into the Andromeda Galaxy where Star Wars takes place. Right in the path of Thrawn's fleet moving through hyperspace.
Well, if we're gonna go off the territory where they are in the Andromeda Galaxy, in the Star Wars universe in the Andromeda Galaxy,
On the outer rim, at the very outer rim,
that would probably, well,
near the unknown regions.
yeah, that'd probably explain why the Iconian Dyson sphere was never discovered by the Empire.
Demon, your fight is with me. This cannot
Who says it wasn't? Have you ever noticed that the Kaminoans and the Iconians look pretty damn similar?
Yeah, a little bit, but I have a feeling that the Kaminoans could still time travel, unlike the Iconians.
Actually, it was stated by George Lucas that for some reason the Kaminoans would never be able to do that.
Interesting.
Now, regardless of that, they're in the outer rims. Starfleet finds themselves, okay, let's just explore around, let's take a look around. Because remember, Khan's in charge of the main guy in charge of the entire Federation fleet that's there.
Yeah.
Like let's call it the 7th fleet. And Thrawn's is the 7th, Khan's is the 10th fleet from Starfleet. So they go through there. The first planet they come across is a desert world with twin suns. Because that's the first thing they would come across that far out. We all know it's Tatooine. The Empire finally arrives, thinking that they're just doing a routine blockade or checkup on Tatooine, only to find ships of unknown configuration in their minds, because Starfleet would not be known to them. But Thrawn, without questioning it, decides to open fire, thinking that they might be rebels. How do you think, even though he's part of Starfleet in this made-up timeline, how do you think Khan's going to react to that? Think about Khan. Think about his personality.
To put it in an interesting kind of imagining, I will go and pull from the original from the Star Trek movie, Wrath of Khan. Full impulse power. Full power! Damn you! He definitely...
Without joking, though, like, think about this logically, step by step. How do you think this battle would play out?
Oof. It'd be an interesting... Oh, what the hell? Oh, hi. Okay. Distracted a little bit. Have got a brute sniper decide to pick a fight with me.
Oh, those are fun.
Yeah, Rizzo's heading after another Spartan core. So it's like, alright, punk. Let's go.
I like using the big golden fusion gun against those. It's fun.
Ah, there's your buddy. Stay down.
Well, we know Khan's not a pushover either, so you know that.
Yeah, it would be a definite interest. You'd have the cold calculus versus a big ego, because we know Khan's got that.
But this version of Khan is also in Starfleet and went to the Academy.
Yeah, still though, even Kirk had himself an ego. Even though
but Kirk doesn't have the willpower to be as brutal as Khan was.
True.
And Khan in charge of the 10th Fleet versus Thrawn's 7th Fleet. You got to look at this blow by blow, tactic by tactic. Who's going to win this battle? Well, you got to talk it out and really explain it.
I know for one thing Khan wouldn't have to worry about was his problem with three-dimensional combat that he had in Wrath of Khan.
No, because he would have been at this.
He would have been trained properly. He would have known what to do. So that's one edge that helps him out.
So you have to look at what ships are in what fleet, and you have to also take that into account. It's not just pure Khan versus Thrawn; it's their fleet as well. What are they going to do? How are they going to deal with it? What's their tactics? What's their formations? How would Thrawn handle this type of encounter?
How
would Khan handle Thrawn's cold collectiveness, but yet ego? And you say, but Thrawn has an ego too. He just keeps it in there.
He's usually pretty quiet. Well, sorry, pretty calm with it.
So, from a military standpoint, you got to look at this and go, okay, what ships would be good against what ships? How would you get the most damage? How would this work? Would the TIE fighters be able to do anything to the Valkyrie and Peregrine fighters? Would their ships be compatible in this thing?
Well, as
what
far as
sources do each person use?
Well, for one thing, I know the Peregrines would have one edge that TIE fighters do not. Well, two edges actually. Shields and warp capability. Calculate everything just right, and you could end up the Peregrines would be able to possibly outflank the. Well, they'd have a pretty good time outflanking the TIE fighters due to the simple grounds of. Let's see, what was it again? Oh yeah, be like, okay, you're on my tail. Okay, calculate short warp jump, and they're like, where'd they go? Next thing you know, hi. They're like, what the heck happened there? Where'd they come from?
But you also have to remember, at this point in time, this is like the card series era of Starfleet. So they also would have Valkyrie fighters, which had 3 torpedo, even though they were fighter craft, they had 2 torpedo bays and a dual beam bank for radiolytic style phasers that are built to usually combat stuff like the Borg.
Yeah.
These are pinpoint precise type phasers the Valkyries have.
Yeah, and like I said, they've got shields. They'd be able to give those TIE fighters a serious run. They'd be like,
well, remember, this is also Thrawn, so Thrawn would also have TIE defenders in there.
True. The most ultimate TIE fighter in existence. But the TIE fighters and TIE interceptors would be at the mercy of the FTL and shield capabilities. While the TIE defenders, those required the most skilled pilots, and also they were few in number.
Sorry, I keep doing that. Even though they had shields, you know, sheer numbers of fighters would eventually wear those down.
True. It'd take time first.
Each Imperial Star Destroyer normally has at least 2 to 3 hangar bays. The Superstar Destroyer actually had 16.
No, this guy's a little tough.
I'm not
There we go.
buying for one side or the other. I want you to explain this to your streamers, because otherwise you'll just lose them.
Yeah. Oh.
But people love hearing about tactical battles these days.
That's true enough, especially saying, hey, which side's better than the other?
It's just like pick one just based off who you like. You have to look at it tactically and battlely.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, there'd be definitely a lot of different factors to go into that fight.
I think the major factor here, and I don't know. I know it can keep you out, keep you from using hyperspace, but would it be able to keep the warp engine from going to warp? Does Thrawn have an interdictor cruiser?
That is a true.
If he has an interdictor cruiser, this battle could go sideways real fast.
Well, remember the reason why it worked with in Star Wars primarily was the whole fact of all ships have that little thing to be like, oh, there's a gravity field, we need to disengage. While Star Trek, they're a little more, warp drive's a little more lenient in that territory. So literally, gravity field won't cancel out the it won't cancel out the warp drive. They'll just detect it and have to triangulate around it, like a slingshot. So yeah, it'd be just a little more interesting. You'd also have to consider the tactical capabilities of the captains in the fleet as well. That is it's not just the fleet commander, it's also the captains in the fleet. How quickly they can figure out the things causing problems and adapt. Let's see, what other important details? Let's see. Here's a fun question for you. Will Starfleet have access to red matter bombs?
No, because that was actually from the Kelvin universe, so no.
Actually, technically that was brought into the Kelvin universe.
Well, yes, I get it, but no, they would not have access to red matter in this case.
Yeah, if they did, that would end up being a problem for Thrawn, because it'd be like,
the modern day Khitomer Accords forbid the use of red matter in such a way.
yeah. But that still would definitely give Thrawn a bit of gold. Oh, that's not good.
Get to safety.
Yeah. Let's see.
But
What?
in all seriousness, you really have to take a look at also the classifications. Like, for instance, we know the Odyssey could easily, Khan's flagship Odyssey that he's on could easily go up and at least size-wise and firepower-wise could easily take on the Superstar Destroyer Chimera. First of all, Federation shields are a lot more powerful.
A lot more powerful, a lot more varying. They've got multi-purpose,
Empire weapons are a lot more enhanced than Federation weapons would be.
True, but not.
That's why I think it would be an equal match there. But the question is, could a Galaxy class by itself take down an Imperial 2 class Star Destroyer?
There's a chance to it. I mean, they used, if I remember right, in some of the battles during the Dominion War that they showed, the Galaxy class kind of did fill in the role of like a battleship, using modern day naval terms.
Yes, but my point is it strong enough to withstand the Star Destroyer's firepower? How long will those shields really last in that situation if it tries to go one-on-one?
That's a good question.
Because remember, the Star Destroyers, Imperial 2 class Star Destroyers were equipped with about 500 ion cannons as well.
Yeah. But it was Star Wars technology that had the issue with ion weapons, not Star Trek. Number one. Also, there's a few. Let's see. Trying to think of an. Imagine if Khan decided to take a lesson from Picard's rap sheet and decided to try having certain ships try the Picard maneuver. Which, for those of you unfamiliar with Star Trek, pretty much the Picard maneuver was a nice little maneuver of a short warp jump, making it look like the ship's in two places simultaneously. And while they're shooting at the first image, you're already right there, right in front of them, point blank, and can unleash a bombardment.
I feel like the acclimators would be easily dealt with by the Excel. I think they'd be even matched with the Excelsiors. I think the problem though for Starfleet would be they have Defiant classes, yes, but those Victory class Star Destroyers were no joke. They had the firepower, but they also had the speed. They didn't have turning speed, couldn't bank worth damn, but they did have the speed to catch up in a singular line. It's kind of like an intercept cruiser.
Yeah. Several factors to all consider in every fight in this battle.
And unlike Starfleet in Starfleet's normal battle tactics, Khan would never back down from the fight. He would keep going.
Yeah.
Any other Starfleet captain would try to find a peaceful solution after a while. Khan wouldn't bother with that.
Yeah, he'd just be like, victory or death. And eventually I know Thrawn possibly could catch on to that, and he'd be like, well, this is be different.
And for the first time ever, Thrawn would be up against somebody who doesn't fear him.
Yeah.
That was one of Thrawn's biggest benefits is his reputation alone.
I think that's all of them.
Was enough to make most enemy captains think about what they were doing. Where Khan would never have heard of him, and even if he did, wouldn't care.
Yep. That's true enough. He'd be like, dang, this guy is really being a stealthy pain in the high knee. There you are.
I think it would come down to this. I feel like that Khan would lose a few ships right off the bat just because Thrawn would open fire immediately. Thinking that they were rebel ships or a brand new type of ship for the rebellion, and he wouldn't want to take chances because that's fun for you. However,
Pretty inventive, even for the banished. So
as
happy to-
strategic and precise as Thrawn is, and scary as he can be,
should give us an edge.
And he can be brutal when he needs to be, but doesn't usually like
And you
to.
killed the entire
Khan would have
recipient,
no
so
problem
we
going to DEF CON 1 almost immediately. And
At least my death was honorable.
Khan would is a Starfleet
Hey,
Academy
Kutemok.
graduate, Captain Khan Unan Singh, would take one look at Thrawn's fleet and go for the most brutal tactic possible with the highest amount of casualties.
In other words,
And-
the glass cannon approach.
Oh no, Khan would with the we're talking about a Captain Khan with all Starfleet training and trust, taking it with Starfleet's 10th fleet, but the 10th fleet is made up of the series of Picard era ships versus the Galactic Empire under Thrawn, 7th fleet under Thrawn. With level of technology and the enemies that Khan would have fought against at that point, and his tactics being more brutal than almost any other Starfleet officer in the history of Starfleet. Hell, in the history of the Star Trek universe. I think Thrawn would be hard-pressed. I don't think it would be impossible for Thrawn to pull a victory, but I think he would be hard-pressed to find a weak spot. Because Khan, with Starfleet training, it would still be egotistical, yes, but he wouldn't have the arrogance factor.
True.
That would have been taught out of him. He wouldn't have had that weakness of arrogance. He would be looking at this as a cold tactician with brute force in mind.
Yeah.
That means that he's basically as smart as Tony Stark with the strength of the Hulk. So you're talking massive advantage over the normal Khan Unan Singh that we're used to.
Yeah.
And with the advancements of technology, because during the series of Picard, and because it takes place a long time after most of the other Star Trek series have ended, you're looking at a Federation fleet that would be more battle-hardened, more self-confident, less wouldn't debate a lot of those brutal orders if it meant survival, and they'd be in a different galaxy. They don't have those principles, and in this sense, the type of galactic warfare, they'd have to accept that they have to be just as brutal as their main chief, captain, admiral in charge of the fleet.
Yeah, their fleet
Which would
captain.
be Captain Khan, and in this situation, Thrawn's never gone up against somebody who will ruthlessly come at him from every angle like that before. Not that early on into the Empire's history, so
Yep.
I think Thrawn might be able to pull out a win, but a lot of it tells me that Thrawn is not going to be able to cope automatically with the brute tactics that Khan would employ.
That's very true.
And if the Empire did pull out a win, it would it would come at a very, very high cost.
Yeah.
And I can say the same thing on the other side. Thrawn is a very brilliant-minded tactician.
Hell,
And
kitty cat.
like Khan is no pushover, but I think that it would really come to. I think it would come down to this: whose ship could outmaneuver the other ones? Who could get into a position or do a reformation or reassess their position in the battlefield faster. And unfortunately, Starfleet has a lot more maneuverability than the Galactic Empire ships do.
That's an understatement.
The Empire might be able to catch them off guard with the interdictors and the raw firepower, but they can't shoot in every direction all at once.
That's true enough. They'd be like, how are they hitting multiple places at once? How can they shoot at multiple targets at once?
and their targeting, the Empire's targeting systems, while superior to the Rebellions, were not the best technology. Like the Star Wars Galaxy, Galactic Republic during the Clone Wars had better targeting systems because they had better funding. The Empire, Palpatine didn't think anything needed to be have military grade stuff anymore because he thought he had won. Before the rebellion really took off, he thought he had won. So, a lot of the targeting systems and a bunch of other stuff just aren't where it needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think Khan would end up winning, but he'd take heavy casualties. I think Thrawn could win, but but his casualty list would be longer than any other Starfleet, any other casualty list the Empire's ever faced before. And then there's one little problem here. If Khan still found a way to go back to his own galaxy, which is the Milky Way or whatever you want to call it, and they left, what about the wreckage? As much as the Prime Directive it consists, what about the wreckage of some of the Federation vessels?
True.
What if, say, a few years later, the Rebel Alliance went to where they thought that battle took place and learned about phaser technology or something much more superior? The Galactic Empire would not, or if Thrawn took some of the wreckage in, because he would do that.
Yeah.
A question: would either of them be able to tackle with Mass Effect's Reapers?
We were actually talking about them earlier.
Okay, I got a question for you then, Quantum. The Borg versus the Reapers.
HVT in range, Chief. This one's a particularly...
Okay, you're gonna have to give him more background on the Borg, because he's not...
I am not a Trekkie, but I am familiar with the Borg based upon Brett's past explanation. Essentially, they're both similar in function, purpose.
No, okay.
The only difference is the form they take.
I can tell you more about
Reapers-
the Borg than most of my coworkers that work here. Probably the only non-paramount person that knows as much about Borg technology as they do.
Elimination confirmed.
Okay, so the Borg are cybernetic enhanced species that will assimilate, meaning they have nanotrope technologies that will, if they inject you or if they can get a hold of you or your ship or whatever it is, they will assimilate it and it will turn into a Borg vessel if it's a ship, or if it's a person, it will become another Borg drone. Now, you can kill a few of them, but then they will adapt to you, and your weapon will become useless after that. Unless you remodulate yourself constantly. If you're not aware of how to do that, or haven't come across somebody where you needed to remodulate your weapons,
and if his bio is any indication, that's a good thing.
on a constant rotating frequency, you're kind of screwed. And the Borg, unannounced to what most Trekkies believe, even by the time of Picard, they have it lessened down. But if we're talking about the Borg at their full strength, and I mean, we're talking full strength Borg versus full strength Reapers. The full strength of the Borg, the Borg had over 987 billion ships at the height of their power.
Yep.
All using plasma weapons that have nanotechnology mixed in with them. So the nanites will also eat away at an enemy ship once the plasma does its job. And it's almost like an acidic effect. There's not many hulls that can withstand that. Maybe a neutronium hull, which is highly unlikely for the Reapers to have access to in their own.
In spite of all that data, the sole purpose of the Reapers is to simply process everything and create a new one of their kind. Now, given the matter of the fact that the Borg can have those abilities, what is their intellect level in comparison to that of the Reapers?
Every species they assimilate, they gather, they learn everything that culture has ever learned just by assimilating 2 or 3 people. They can learn everything they ever need to know about your entire species, your culture, your biology, your technology levels. They can even tell you where your genetics even started on your planet. They know everything about you just by assimilating 1 or 2 people. And they'll know everything about your technology just by assimilating 1 or 2 ships.
If and when they're able to. Don't forget that those Reapers have those rather impenetrable shields.
You're forgetting. But the Borg have a way around that.
Basic Commander Shepard lucked out on a past few of them when they were vulnerable.
The Borg have
more
a way
times than not, they're
around
not.
The Borg have never met a shield frequency they haven't been able to punch through. They have a kinetic, when they deal with shield frequency, hardcore shields, they have a kinetic cutting beam that literally will slice right through a shield, and it will aim at the source and literally cut, and then use a tractor beam to pull whatever it is that's causing the shields to go up out of the ship. They'll literally just toss it into space, reach into your ship and go, "Yep, you're not having this anymore. Bye bye." And if you try to tractor beam it back, they'll just blow it up. They'll nanoprobe missile and blow it up. In other words, I've never seen any ship, any faction in the entire Star Trek universe, and there are billions and billions and billions of species with billions of different technologies. I've never seen a single shield generator the Borg have never been able, that can't punch. They can't punch through.
And even they got lucked out by Picard, I think, from another of Red's explanations.
No, they could have assimilated any of the captains at Wolf 359 and learned the exact same thing. Picard was just a convenient choice. The point is, once they assimilate 1 person from your species, they know everything they need to know about you. Automatically. And it's not just 1 ship learns everything. No. They have a hive mind programming and mentality. What 1 Borg knows, everybody in the entire Borg species and race instantly knows. It's downloaded into their heads. And the Borg themselves use a frequency temporal shielding.
It is beyond your comprehension.
Their shields use a temporal frequency that rotates on a modulating bandwidth. Trying to kill their shields is nearly impossible.
You know, I just had a thought for Picard. Do you have a clue as to what that one enemy was in season 1? You know, the one with the mechanical tentacle arm?
I do, and that is being planned to be being laid out via the game at a later time. So I'm not going to spoil nothing. NDA.
Hey, I'm at least happy to hear that they're planning on actually exploring into it.
But the point is, though, Quantum, is that the Borg are far superior to most enemy factions because within 1 assimilation they can learn everything they need to know about your entire culture. Picard was just a you know, picking him was just out of convenience at the time.
And then the Borg Queen ended up getting the hots for him.
Well, that's it. But the point is that the Borg are cold, relentless, void of all emotion, void of all, well, anything other than assimilation. And what they can't assimilate, they will instantly destroy.
Or anything that's not worth it, they will
they have ships in the forms of spheres, cylinder things called probes.
Yes, he does.
Fortunately,
it's
their
misplaced.
big ships are
On the
called
left-hand
cubes. They're
trigger,
little,
there was a
like
polished
literally
white
floating
ink what I
boxes.
presume was a
They have
security
juggernauts. They have other things that you'll find out later on if you ever play the game of Star Trek Online. You'd understand what the ships look like. The point is, they're massive. The Borg cubes, especially the tactical cubes, are massive. They make a Super Star Destroyer look like child's play.
This is where
They
the
the Unimatrix
Command ship.
The Unimatrix
Based off V'ger.
based off V'ger are so large they make the Death Star look like a cannonball.
Well, remember, also the Didax flagship in Halo 4 was bigger than the Death Star.
Yeah, but but the Borg Unimatrix ships make even the Didax
Yeah.
ship look
Because
like,
remember, with that cloud,
little
with that one
ragdoll.
energy cloud around that was, they encompassed 1 AU.
Oh,
Literally, the Unimatrix ships are so large they make most planets seem like little
this place is an
marbles.
interrogation facility run by our elite
But
friend
the
back there.
my point is, when the Borg come for you, they don't take anything piecemeal.
Not
Yeah, the
When
only
they come for you, they come for you, and they'll come in such great numbers and force, all at once. You won't know what hit you.
the only species I know, the Borg, were like, we can't. The only one that I know of where they're like, you are not worthy of assimilation. We're just gonna kill you. Was the Kazon from Voyager.
You mean Undine?
No, the Kazon. They were literally like, you are not worth assimilating. We're just gonna kill you. Yeah, 7 and 9
Yeah.
told that to Neelix in the episode when they go and
That's true.
yeah.
But you get my point, Quatamuk. That literally, if the Borg decided to come after the Reapers, they don't give you prep time. They don't, and once the fight begins, they don't.
How to do the
breathing
Reapers,
room.
really?
So, yeah, but the Borg.
Allow me to quote one line from the strategy guidebook from Mass Effect 2. You look to the stars, and the stars stare right back. That's how many of the Reapers there are. You think the Borg could outnumber them?
The Borg could definitely outnumber them. That's the same damn amount of numbers the Borg have.
But think about this also when it comes to it. The Borg, well, they only controlled the Delta, a good chunk of the Delta Quadrant.
They stayed. They were
the
good
Reapers,
people.
though.
They stayed in there.
Yeah.
Oh no, the Borg. If you actually look into the lore of the Borg, actually at one point did take over the entire galaxy, but then they decided, you know what? The galaxy then decided all at once we're going to team up and beat them back. And they did for a while, but the Borg just decided to stay in the Delta Quadrant, building up the forces, and then at the opportune time, when they came back out, the galaxy was not prepared because they didn't remember. It was many centuries later that nobody remembered about the Borg until the Borg finally showed back up.
I remember
Quatamuk. There are beings in the Star Trek galaxy that are omnipotent, called the Q. And I do mean omnipotent. They literally have no limits of their power. Don't really fear anything. The Q fear the Borg. These are godlike beings, and they fear the Borg.
Yeah, because one race that they ended up having to sign a peace treaty with got assimilated by the Borg.
Not only that, the Borg can learn every aspect of you, including how to use some of your abilities. Just by assimilating one person.
Oof.
That's all it takes. So if the Borg ever assimilated a single Q, they would have the knowledge of the entire Q continuum.
Yeah.
And the Borg numbers, if you were talking about the Borg back in their heyday, which is what I'm trying to do, a battle of heyday Reapers versus heyday Borg. The Borg back in their heyday had billions upon billions upon trillions of ships and crews. There were literally whole sections where the traffic in space was so bad you could barely. It would take you weeks to get from point A to point B because if you're a Borg and you were in that area. The Borg are relentless. They do not stop. They do not need to sleep. They do not eat. They do not need any emotional help. They literally need nothing but assimilating others. Or killing them outright.
How are
Now.
you guys doing?
Good.
Having an intense nerd discussion because I'm not a Trekkie, he is, and he's trying to convince me how his is superior to my own, even though it's not even an argument. It's just he's sharing me so much information that I did not know before.
I'm letting you know that it would be. I'm not saying they're superior. I'm saying there's no like, oh, the Reapers would have won because of this and that. No, the Borg would not let that happen. The Borg it might be superior, they might not be, who knows. The point is it would be such a bloody and devastating fight.
That's an understatement.
The amount of casualties on both sides, especially on the Reaper sides, because they're not used to fighting somebody on their same level.
It would be interesting.
I think it would just get redundant at one point.
Chief, more Spartan armor.
That's the Borg for you, and they don't fear anything. The Borg fear nothing. They'll come at you until they get you.
Yep. That's true enough.
Deployable threat sensor. It appears to
You can kill a million Borg in front of Borg drone soldiers in front of the rest of the Borg, and the Borg won't even bat an eye. They'll just go, okay, we just need to replace that number of people,
he was alive when the armor was removed.
and they'll keep on their merry way.
It's a long shot.
When they decide to come for you, they come for you, and there is no stopping it.
That's true enough. But
by pure dumb luck, the Federation has won most engagements against the Borg. But their first ever battle against a single Borg cube did not. It took out an entire fleet of Federation vessels. It was by the person Jean-Luc Picard, who had become Locutus because when he assimilated, he had a different name now. That literally fought back against the nanoprobes and won back control of his body and mind to the point where he was already inside the Borg cube, so he could damage it from the inside without letting anybody know. Unless you're already on the inside and know where you're going, because the inside of a Borg ship is like a maze for a reason. But unless you're somebody who's already on the inside and knows where they're going, destroying a Borg ship is, well, it's very hard.
yeah.
The only way you actually succeed in that mission is if you're just pure dumb luck.
Try going in. Here's another thing. One factor with the Reapers. The Borg don't automatically start brainwashing you just from you walking through their corridor. The Reaper does. Using Destiny analogy, in their mastery of the darkness is enough to literally overwhelm anyone's mind. Even a derelict.
Yeah, but the Borg are not derelict minds. The Borg have a hive mind mentality, and unless it's happening to the Borg Queen, who I don't think would even bother going to the battle herself. You know, the Reaper brainwashing thing. I think I did a video about this years ago, and I mean years and years and years ago. The Borg cannot be brainwashed. They already are in a hive mind. You cannot separate. In order to brainwash a being, you need to be able to separate the personality traits. You need to be able to look back at this person and go, okay, I can mess with this, I can do this, this, and this. With the Borg, you can't find the individual anymore. There are no individuals. It's one hive, one voice.
Until you separate that, kind of like having a big old
yeah, but
computer with multiple memory cores, and then you remove each one.
Janeway's doing knowledge of how to do that was instrumental, but that was also mostly a fluke. I'm talking about the Borg at their heyday. The Federation didn't even exist back in their heyday. Or if it did, it was in its infancy. But the point is, you can't brainwash the Borg. They're already technically brainwashed. It's not possible to override that. Now, that is the information you need to know about the Borg. So, Quantum Muck, I am now going to shut up and listen.
They pretty much covered all the bases, not much to argue about. It's just something I would like to see eventually in action one of these days, via by someone's AI replication tech, or some dedicated fan making a wondrous short film.
I know, right? That would be cool.
Personally, I think it would be either mutual destruction or the Reapers would just get assimilated. Now, the Borg managed to assimilate the Reapers.
Everyone's screwed.
All hell would break loose. There's no.
Yeah, the moment that the Borg assimilate the Reapers, it's game over for the galaxy.
You say that as I'm being dragged over to the necropolis in this game. And I'm seeing nothing but bones around me, so a fitting sentence for that.
Such fun.
Going off against this game's interpretation of Castlevania's death.
Mark, do you have Paramount Plus?
I do not.
Damn.
I could easily give you, possibly give you access to mine, Quatemog.
Paramount Plus has every Star Trek series and movie out there.
Unknown.
All on it.
Yeah. I said I might give you access to it, but
you may not be. You may not. You don't have to be a true Trekkie. But if you, sorry, I have a tendency of doing this. It just happens. I don't always control it. No filter. But the point is, you just watching the shows would catch you up on everything that you would ever need to know.
yeah, I just finished season 2 of Strange New Worlds.
Your pain is only just beginning.
That one show is not going to explain everything.
I know. I just said that's what I've finished, and I've grown up on Star Trek. So.
Hey, Red, want to hear something that would make your skin crawl?
What?
A Borg assimilated diadect.
Oh God! Ah, son of a bitch!
I know what that is.
The didact from Halo 4. You know,
If
Forerunner.
managed to assimilate it. Could you just imagine, Red, the Forerunners being assimilated by the Borg?
The wall's retracted. Watch your back. He could come from anywhere.
That would be a crazy concept, to say the least.
Your brain's going, nightmare, nightmare.
Now, who will be their stalwart opponents? Something that could even give a stiff competition.
I think the only sci-fi species in the entire known fiction, and not just in Star Trek, but I mean out there that would even remotely have a chance, would probably be the Wraith from Stargate Atlantis.
Ooh, that would definitely be interesting to see.
The Wraiths are too much like the Undine, which are unassimilatable. The Borg can't assimilate them, which means they would have to try to destroy them. But Wraith technology, I think, would give the Borg the run for their money.
I know precisely how to kill you.
Okay, in my mind, you can love Star Wars, or you can love Star Trek, and you can hate each other for it, or you can love each other for it, or whatever. You cannot call yourself a true fan of sci-fi and not know what Stargate is.
Shut this thing down.
Working on it. Okay.
Stargate was a classic.
They should have made a game about it.
Oh, that would have been epic.
They did. They did.
An actual
TV,
glimpse
but-
into an operation in the military Black Ops is called Operation Looking Glass. Feel free to look that up when you get the chance.
Chief, the bears. I tried to stop them. I tried to. Easy.
You know, for years I actually thought I knew it was fiction, but I always had this inkling that maybe the Stargate did exist, or does exist somewhere, and the governments are keeping that from us. Because there are a lot of technologies that rapidly were mass-produced, one after the other, that, you know, no one of that time would have thought of that on their own without something inspiring that. And it made me start thinking, maybe there's something here that we're just not seeing.
Are you familiar with something that's called the Franco-Sabatier rule?
Chief?
Well, I'm just saying, if I ever find out that the world actually did have a Stargate,
Chief?
or something like that, and it's been hiding it the whole time, oh, I'm gonna get pissed. Mostly because I want a one-way ticket off world.
This conservatory must be
This
some
planet's
sort of
fucked up
form.
enough.
What do you suppose they're after?
It's time to go.
Adios, muchachos. You know, sayonara. You can go and fuck up the planet Earth all you want. I'm all the way out here.
I'm guessing that whatever the conservatory is, the Banished won't want us anywhere near it.
Then they'll be disappointed.
Yes, they will.
Let's see. Spartan Core. There's one more around here. Okay. yeah. So how's your day, Cuauhtemoc?
Arduous.
Fun.
And it's a mere warm-up for what is coming this 31st of March.
Blessed
Okay,
Easter.
Arduous. Can we speak English? Arduous is a big word to be using this late at night.
Rough translation for arduous. Difficult.
I've used that word in the past, but I mean I don't remember what it means. So thank you for clarifying. At this time of night, you have to understand. I used to work from like 9 o'clock to about 5:30. Now I work from 5:30 in the morning till about 5:30 at night. So, like, my brain is usually fried about halfway through my day, and by the time I get home, I'm lucky if I can be coherent enough until I drink something with caffeine or something that's going to help me,
Caffeine is
rewire
limited.
my
You're better
brain.
off biting into an apple. An apple can perk you up better than coffee.
Yeah.
If it's a green apple, yes. I hate red apples.
I didn't say what kind of apple. I'm just saying that having an apple to wake you up in the morning
Is it
is more
just me,
effective than
or are
coffee in
green
the morning.
apples better tasting?
Only in pies. And maybe caramel apples.
Ooh.
Or caramel apple pie.
Cuauhtemoc, you always make me frickin' hungry. Jeez.
Izzy, I think, makes everybody stark raving mad when it comes to being a hunger. When she starts talking about food. Speaking of which, hey Mosley, if you're still with us, or anybody else, has anybody heard from her in a while?
Heard from who?
Sarah Dwayne?
Not since the last time you and I were in a party together.
Should we be concerned?
I don't know. I haven't heard from her in like 2 or 3 days.
Possibility she could just be occupied with something that's got her attention. I know I was dealing with something myself earlier today. Oh, they felt it worthy to give a grunt a shield. How cute, Covenant. How cute. I'll take that commando. The one Halo rifle that looks like an actual rifle in modern day military.
The Banished are searching for something called the
It
Conservatory.
detects Mechanica of the Bungie universe. Oh, wait, shit.
Well, remember, it's not. Think about this one. Halo Infinite came out after they went away from Bungie.
Okay? I mean it.
Yeah. There we go.
Heads up, Chief. Another fob platform. Let's make it ours.
Fob echo detected. Tend to claim it as UNSC. This rifle will take a little bit to get used to. Ooh. Ooh.
No more hostiles. Fob Echo's ready to be brought back into the fold.
Alright. Give me this forward operation base.
That'll do it. Fob captured. Looks like we're right on the edge of the island. A chunk of what used to be a single contiguous structure. Can you imagine the force it would take to blow this ring apart? Must have been quite a show.
Yeah. Alright. What all stuff can I capture and go after in this area? Alright, let's see. Nearest bits of fun. Okay, looks like Bluebell Squad.
Alright, I'm nodding off. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Alright, you have a good one. Except there's some Spartan cores back at the main outpost. Okay, I'm gonna head back.
Rest all and take it easy.
You getting off too, Alt?
No, just saying goodbye to him.
Oh.
Let's see, is there... Do I have fast travel yet?
Our stockpile's gonna make the difference.
Does not look like fast travel's engageable at the moment. Dang it. Alright.
A new fob, huh? Let me know if you need support.
Mongoose, Warthog, Razorback. Alright, let's see. Now that's working a little better. Let's see, can we?
I'm gonna burn every last one of these bastards. Count on it.
We got no time for gossip, Marines.
Okay. No, does not look. I'll find my way to. Fast travel online. How do we go about doing the fast travel? There we go. That's what I needed. Been so long since I've played this game fully, I've forgotten all the button controls for those extra features like fast travel. Oy. And looks like this stable feed between streaming at both Twitch and Xbox is working pretty dang well. Happy there. Means at least with single player games I can get I can have a stable connection to both. Yay. Yep. Yep. So delightful to get to hit two platforms at the same time.
I'm all about this fucking game, this Lightyear Frontier.
How is that, by the way?
It's in my opinion, it's alright, you know. You're in the Mac, you're doing farming, you're cutting down trees, you can upgrade the Mac, you can build different stuff. It's got like a Power World feel. I mean, the map is pretty big. Like, I'm on day 22 or something like that right now. Trying to work on upgrading my mech so I can go to a different area.
Fun.
Like, they got copper so you can craft different things. Iron and stuff like that.
That's always fun.
Let's move, Marines.
Alright, let's see. Where's our other core in this? There it is.
Like right now, my fucking mech looks like a knight.
Nice. It's always fun to have a mech that looks like a knight.
Well, it looks somewhat like a knight. That like, because you can add on different parts once you buy them.
Yeah.
We're with you, Chief.
I mean, it's up to like 4-player co-op.
Oh, fun. And that's the same for Halo Infinite.
There is a game that was recommended to me that's called Speedrunners. It's a 4-game co-op, local or online. And the whole premise of it is that you basically have to race your way from one end to the other in a semi-obstacle course. And you are more than free to try to use dirty tactics in order to get ahead. And it's all done with the meld. Yeah, and it's all done with the theme similar to that of The Incredibles.
Isn't that typically most racing games?
Yeah, except you're on foot.
Never found this tunnel. Anything interesting in here? Oh, you're joking. I found this one little cave on the... This one little Forerunner chamber, and it's got a video game called Halo Infinite. It's an arcade game. I'm like, what the heck? That's crazy. Got some crazy stuff sometimes. The Easter eggs for the fun. Let's see what other fun hunts I can do. Alright. Let's get these coveys a hard time. Calling in a warthog.
Stay sharp. Copy that. Hey, Chief. I'm on my way with that warthog you requisitioned. Mine? I'm on the gun. Let's hit the road.
Alright, boys. Let's go hunting. Alright.
Don't sweat it. I'll make this real quick. Hoorah! Guess I'd be as ugly as you two if all I breathed was water. Back all day, Triax. I'm a damn road warrior. That was more fun than I thought it would be.
Perfect game.
Alright, how's our upgrades? There we go. Stronger shields, always nice and useful.
Time for us to do the banishing. Buckle up.
Alright. Well, I'll wait for you boys to get into there. I'm setting our next destination.
So in this game, you can get out the mech too. I don't think you got to stay in it, but.
Where we going, Chief?
Alright.
Hopping in.
Woo! Boingy, boingy.
UNSC distress signal detected. More Marines in need of backup.
Enemy vehicle inbound. Okie dokie.
Alright, let's give those Marines some help.
Now would be a good time to run. One less Spanish to worry about.
They're falling back.
Chief, enemy reinforcements.
I think we did it. Did we do it?
You don't expect to walk out of here alive. You want to hear a great joke? Stand right in front of me.
Why are you hiding? Scared? You should have never been to fight with the UNSC.
Shooting. Hey, I got one. Hey, thanks.
One by one. That's how we do it. Let's go.
Even after all they've endured, these Marines just won't give up. Neither will we.
We shouldn't stick around here too long. We should move.
You trying to get a shot? Keep it down. Good to see you, Chief.
Fire support's ready.
Very nice. Alright. Bluebell Squad. You guys are gonna you need some help? Let's go look at the topographical.
Come on, this way.
Chief's got point. Roger.
Okay. Maybe this will be the route we need to take.
We got a ghost inbound.
Enemy vehicles on approach.
I ain't dead yet. Come on.
They've seized the town.
Stand against us. Por favor.
Good enough.
Whatever you want. Take fire. Get
The
back.
demon still commands his mount.
Taking fire from that front. Stay out.
Gotta kill that vehicle. Now. Kill confirmed.
Boom.
Long-range weapon online.
Get this vehicle off me.
And just like that,
Still in this damn.
you drop.
About time we had a breather.
Give me the gun.
Alright. Initializing. Take an alternate route to get over there. Oh well. Off-roading is fun.
Engaging.
And best Warthog is stuck. Just Austin Powers myself there. Yeah, that little scene he did with that little vehicle in the first one. Yeah, I kind of did that with a Warthog. Oh, wait. No, 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 no,
Signal intercepted.
no,
The
no.
squad's nearby.
Ooh,
On your six.
a rocket hog. Nice.
Hey, Chief. Looks like you can use a hand. Get down. We're under fire. Lead the way. Run, Danny. I'm coming for you.
Eyes up, Chief. More of them.
Hope they got a pint-sized grave dug for you. That's what I like to see. Pick them up. Screw it. I'll take my chance.
Yeah, look at some of these banished guys, and they look like they're just wearing t-shirts.
Over or under armor?
Somewhat skin and tight kind of
All
t-shirt.
British forces eliminated. The squad made it. Thanks to you.
Come on, Chief's up, boy.
Advancing. Ready when you are, Chief.
You seeing this right now?
Propaganda tower identified. Time to go blow it up. That's one less propaganda tower to worry about.
Moving up.
What's our move, Chief? Lead the way, Spartan.
Checking tactical map. Sounds like
There's a squad of Marines nearby that
sounds
need
like our
help,
squad of Marines who needs help. Alright. Let's go render them some aid. Another one bats the dust.
More of them, Chief.
Alright, come on. Oh, now that's just... Jackal snipers.
Slice you in two!
Ooh, and that's another one dropped.
You've given these Marines hope, Chief. They'll remember that.
Boom. Alright, let's see. What's our next target gonna be? Spartan Corps right over there, and then rescue another squad.
Let's get this over with and get the hell out of here.
So how's that boss fight going in your game, Cuauhtemoc?
Another loss on my part. Going for a rematch.
Fun. And that's one less propaganda tower to worry about. I figure rematch goes real good.
Here's hoping.
Well, that'll speed up transportation. Iconic Brute transport. Oh, bounty hunters. So much fun.
stand against the banish.
Ooh, did I grapple that elite in the nuts? Ow. Let's see, our next target. Oh, yeah.
Holy crap! You run fast.
Pyramid Squad's gonna be a bit more interesting to reach if I remember that position right.
Picking up a UNSC distress signal not far from this location.
Like I said, a bit more interesting to get over to him. Big old gap in between. Yeah, I still can't believe that they chose the same voice actors who did the Mass Effect Forcha to do the Jackals in this game.
Hey, actors take on the roles given to them as best they can.
True.
Hey, given my perchance for audiobooks, I will be in a similar predicament.
Yeah. I got people thinking I should be a voice actor. I mean, at Plant Comic Con, there was at least a couple of people who were saying that.
Oh, you went to a Comic Con?
Yeah.
How was that?
Yeah, I was only there for one day, and it was pretty good. Took a couple hours to get through, to get my badge, so I'm remembering. If I get to go next year, I'm definitely going all weekend. That way I can get that pass on Friday. And not take forever just to get my pass. And just like that, banished got beaten.
All hostiles eliminated. I think we're clear. They fought well, don't you think?
Take point, sir.
Let's see. Target down there, so I'm just gonna try and get there. Very interesting. Bunch of land vehicles in a small island that can't drive off of it. Didn't blow up the propaganda machine like I was hoping. Alright. Oh, come on, you're kidding me. Frickin' grapple grabbed on and pulled and then canceled out. Jeez, that's dirty. That is.
We're in range of Ichnovis the Devourer. So named because, well, he's a brute, so you can probably guess. Dangerous doesn't begin to describe this guy. Don't turn your back on him.
These guys practically take so much ammo to run through. And
Target down. Get after the crew.
he is dead. Okay.
Sebastian.
The what?
Oh, the damn cat's in there fucking with the food container. Cause he fucking eats all the goddamn food.
And here I almost thought you were talking about a make-believe character from Winnie the Pooh.
That's the cat's thing.
Winnie the Pooh?
No, it was Sebastian. But he fucking... Oh, there's two cats downstairs. One, the cat, she'll eat... She usually just eats one can of food a day. This fat fucker, he'll eat his whole can, then eat the rest of hers. Then there's no food, and I'm not doing that. It's just like... This motherfucker, then he eats so much that he throws up.
Cats. So typical of them. I know
my damn nerve.
I know my cat does it sometimes, and it's like, really, Darla, you're really gonna go and do that? It's always a bit of a nuisance when they decide to do that.
He doesn't catch mice, really. He just sits up there and eats everything. Then he throws up.
Garfield, then.
Yeah,
exactly.
But I don't think Garfield threw up.
That's a good question. Did he or did he not?
No, I went the wrong way in this game. Oh, I went the wrong way.
Alright.
Been hiding out in caves for months. You have any idea how much weird crap I've had to eat? Ugh.
Calling a Razorback this time.
Heavily armored hog on the way.
Chief.
Alright, Marines, you want to get in and give me some backup?
It's not a sports car, but it'll do.
Alright. Marking the next fob. Just so I have a little... So you know what? I'll take out that lovely little reboat of Sundering before I move on to the next sector.
Yeah.
Alright.
Where did that go?
The stronghold we detected at the fob is up ahead, Chief. The Redoubt of Sundering. Inside, I'm picking up multiple UNSC signatures.
How the hell did you make it in the bag?
Which one of you tastes like chicken?
Could have used fire like that months ago. Enemy grenade! Dead ass hostile.
One down. 300,000 to go. Get me out of here.
Look there, the Marines. This must be where they processed prisoners before sending them to the tower. We've got to get them out of here.
Probably want to take out that turret first.
Sniper spotted me.
Got nothing. No visual.
Bringing out the Toadnata. Ah.
More reinforcements inbound.
Kill that jackal!
They reach you.
Surround him.
Can't thank you enough, Chief.
I'm picking up one last UNSC tag inside that central holding structure, under heavy guard.
We're here to help. Clear here.
The human scourge is all but extinguished from this ring, brothers. But those who remain are persistent. Redouble your efforts. Search every cave, every derelict ship, but do not kill them. They will tell us where the others are hiding before the end. Zarklok and his machines will see to it. Soon not a whisper of humanity will remain on this ring.
Now for our friend. I think that console's rigged to his cage.
Chief, supposed to be out of here.
Do not misunderstand my concern, Kaidam. None would question your vigilance in safeguarding the processing outpost. Nevertheless, it is insufficient. We must never forget what happened during the war. A single demon rose from the ashes of their worlds and brought the whole of the Covenant to its knees. We believed him to be dead before, but were proven wrong to our utter shame. We cannot afford to make that mistake again.
The Redoubt of Sundering is out of banished control. We're 2 for 2 on gate-crashing prisons. The Marines probably want to burn this place to the ground, but at least there'll be no more prisoners processed here.
Very nice. This has been removed from banished hands.
I'm in.
Get rolling.
Ooh, a rocket
With you,
launcher
Chief.
marine. Nice.
We're with you, Chief. Affirmative.
Alright, got a full passenger manifest. Time to go take Fob Charlie. Alright. Here we go. So this vehicle's got a nice pounding. We're gonna need it. Oh good, there's another one. Alright boys and girls, hop into this Razorback. Let's go and get that 5 point taken. See, checking routeway. What? Turn right here at Albuquerque.
I lost him.
Then.
What kind of crappy death metal band name is the Banished anyway?
That's funny. What kind of death metal band is the Banished anyway?
That's a clean kill.
Whee! Woo! Alright, let's go to that fob.
That fob's as good as ours, once we do a little house cleaning.
Long-range weapons online.
Propaganda tower eliminated.
That's an affirmative. I'm in, let's go.
Go.
Alright, hop in and we'll assault the point.
You haven't killed me yet, Banished. Gonna have to try harder than that.
Well,
Beautiful.
alright, fully loaded and ready to rock. Alright, jump out and let's kick some butt. Headshot. My ghost now.
Bob Charlie is now a banished free zone. Hit that terminal and we'll make it official.
Alright. Bob Charlie reclaimed.
One more foothold for the UNSC. According to Banished Records, we're right in the middle of some of their most active transport routes on the whole ring. These days, they mostly support Escherum's excavation efforts, but for most of the war, it was prisoner transport. Escherum's not going to be happy about losing it.
Well, I hope it wouldn't be happy to lose if we take out his capability.
What's the move, Chief?
Good to see you, Spartan.
More silos to blow up. That'll be fun. I want to thank everyone for being part of our stream tonight. Look forward to the next time we do a live stream. Have fun. Yeah, I had to go and remove that so that I didn't have to deal with Twitch being like, okay, we don't want you mentioning your sponsor. Which, our sponsor today, this stream was sponsored by W Energy. Use the special code Red Thunder Fan to get 10% off your order. If you like what you saw and want to see more, just hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on that little notification bell so you know when we're getting on again. And if you want to help support the channel, think about becoming a patron on our Patreon. Until next time.